When applying buttons, you're going to first figure out where you want your button closure to be. You'll interface the entire area where your buttons live for structure. And for this example, let's say this is center front. We're going to have a button closure. Buttons will live on the center front line and find your positions. This is a shank button. It has a little round loop on the back of it, and it is different from a sew-through button. The idea is that it is a built-in spacer between your garment and the button, so it has little room to wiggle around. The sew-through button, whether it's a 2-hole or 4-hole, this has the potential of being hammered right down to your garment, being that there's no room in between the button and the garment, and this is not the way you want to sew this. So when you're getting your thread ready and your needle, it's good to have a quadruple thread. So when you double up your thread, just put it through your needle again and you'll have a quadruple. If you're using wax, that's the time to apply that. This will really help with tangles, especially if you're using quadruple thread. And then you can start applying your button. So you want to begin on the face of your garment, not the bad side, but the good side. So your knot or your tailor's tack is going to live on the good side of your garment. Go in a few times right where you want the button to live. This is after you find your positioning. And you're picking up just a few yarns of the fabric so you can get a really strong, sturdy start to it. Clean up any threads that are left over. Because this is showing on the front of your garment, it does need to be clean, but it will live under the button. After that's secure, you can start applying your sew-through button. So you'll enter through the back, through the first hole, and you can do this a number of ways. You can have 2 threads going parallel to each other, or you can crisscross your threads. But the idea with this is that you are checking the space of thread between your garment and the button the entire time. You want there to be about an eighth, between an eighth and a quarter of space. So you have to have a little bit of slack with your thread for this to work. The quadruple thread is pretty important, so you don't have to go through so many passes. But every time I'm going to, first off, I'll fix my thread if it tangles like this. But you want to make sure that you're not completely hammered down to your garment, so there's a little bit of space in between. And it's a preference, personal preference on how many times you go through, but 3 to 4 is usually a good amount. You don't want to have too many, but if you do too little, then it won't last that long. So I'm checking again to make sure I still have that space between my garment and my button. And I'll go one more time through before I make the finishing step. Alright, still looks good. So I'm going to finish this by going through the last hole one more time. And then you're going to, perfect. And then you're going to come back up through the garment, between the garment and the button, And with that little bit of slack, that thread, you're going to wrap it around until you make a sort of cord. This is like a thread spacer to create that same shank function. It's keeping your button a little bit away from your garment. This allows you, when you're buttoning your garment, it is much easier to get the button through the buttonhole, and that's why this is important. So after creating your cord by wrapping the thread around your initial stitches, you're going to finish it off right underneath, sort of right at the space where you started it. And that's all you need to do to put a proper button on your garment.